hard on it. It's all starts off like on the side.
All right, let's get started with 25. I guess we'll wait on a few more people to come in too, but either way, that's what's up first. 25 reps of the monthly flow, please.
What is the monthly flow?
I'm pretty sure you've done this at this point. We'll see if you can.
He did it the first day intro,
The guillotine thing?
and then he did it one other day with somebody. I can't remember who it was.
That's great. Nice here.
All right. Yeah.
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, I know what I was here.
Is it here posting? Here, start moving around.
Yeah, I'll run through it for you.
All right.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
Remember you snap down and then
Here. Or snap down. Here. If he's on his knees, I gotta get him, or if he's off his knees, back off your knees like he was, like we go with him. I need to get him back to his knees.
Oh, and you
For the purpose of the snap down, we're just gonna go ahead and let him get to his knees. But in the future, get off your knees for a second. In the future, if we need to, we can transition to take our chin strap off, go like double meat hooks.
Yeah.
Give him and then go back to our chin strap.
Yeah.
Once we're here, we start circling, but he blocks our access from getting to his back.
Then you do arm in.
So instead, we're gonna step through his arm to the hip line, step deep to the hip line, leg over, fall to our hip. And then he posts on the knee. Tripod up, post on the knee, tripod, and post on my knee. And commit over that shoulder.
Yeah.
Post.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be a miracle if Chad's. No, not a good thing. I'm just saying miracle. I'd have to take like.
Tucker said he wished he didn't come to class.
No, I did not say that. That's not what I said. He doesn't like you, Chad.
Wow.
Man, this thing is like, if you got this thing image reversed,
Like flip screen.
yeah, it's like everything I'm doing is completely backwards. If I move over here,
Here. Yep.
I'm
Oh, I see.
see,
Flip.
I think that fixed it. Can you biggie this?
Unfortunately,
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think it's kind of silly that you can't. But yeah,
That's okay. I just gotta get my glasses. Where are my glasses? Sorry, people at home. I gotta
Well,
I gotta grab my glasses.
For some reason, it doesn't make me as dizzy. Yeah. 3. A couple more. There you go. 4. Very long. Been a while. Slap it down. Here.
let's get to the past.
Yes, sir. This one I keep pretty fast.
shit on here. Take that step slower.
Take it slower.
Let's go a little off.
Take it slower, going, turn around the back, so you can put your arm out.
No, like for your sake, because you're still not actually stepping.
Okay.
Right there. Step beyond when you're.
Step beyond the knee.
Yeah. And you don't have to base out super wide. You actually step in.
Okay, so I can like stand up.
Yeah, step around and through.
Step down.
You had that contact in my back before you said.
Okay.
Almost like a jump, like you know, a lot of times he's kind of jumping into it, right?
Right.
So you drill it, just make contact with the path and that before you figure it out.
Okay, so do I need to bring this leg over first?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we're gonna make contact with that, but not when you fix to the hip. So that you don't feel so I didn't break it like a very there's.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's oh, sorry. Really, it's just. Throw your leg over my back. Step deep. Your left leg deeper.
You can also like bring his foot in. Like, yeah.
Bring your back foot with you is what he's saying. You're going into a Van Dam split there. There you go.
Now make contact with my back with your leg. Now switch your hip.
Excellent. It was the Van Dam analogy.
That's what it was. It's definitely the Van Dam. Don't Van Dam.
But do Van damage to him. Do maximum Van damage.
Ice on pass.
Get him, JC.
Okay.
Thanks. This is great.
Yeah, 25. No, okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You thought you're the predator over there.
We all at?
Gas on.
We all at?
He's at 9.
Okay. All right, let's see it. Hey, watch this. Couple of things. Y'all get some extra attention since no one else is here tonight.
Hey.
All right. So when I snap down, I might. This is happening with you a lot. Probably because you're just being nice, which is fine. Right. But he's still off his knees by the time he gets to the front headlock. Right. So when I come in and I drive in, I get through that push, pushes back, I get that reaction. I feed him. Right now he's going to his knees, bring it off your knees. This is where y'all are landing the past 2 times I've seen it. So in this case, I do want to sprawl, right? And I want to go ahead and get my front headlock, but I need to break him down, right? So in these situations, if he's off his knees, I'm probably gonna need a transition to some form of a body lock or like double meat hooks. So I've already got this one, right? I'll come off the chin strap and come out to this meat hook, and then I'll pull off at an ankle. Right? Here, if he's on his knees, but he starts building height with his hands, this is where just utilizing my chin strap and this single meat hook, I should be able to move out at an ankle and break it back down.
Yeah.
Right, but no matter what, I don't want to be initiating these like go behinds and stuff when he's already got height. Unless I'm looking for a cradle, like we did last time, right? So like if I more realistically, right? If I snap him down and his knees are already up, I'm instantly either I need to break him down instantly or I'm instantly firing that cradle. So if he goes to build his height here,
Oh, yeah.
go to
Oh, yeah, we did a whole drill.
right. So like it's gonna be dictated by
Yeah.
what he's doing and what you would like to do.
Yeah.
For this flow though, since we want to do this specific flow,
Snap
we
twist.
really want to get them down to their knees. If they're not on their knees, then
To get him to their
we don't want
knees,
to go for a
you-
good behind.
To get him to his knees, you go. Is it double unders and you put your head on the crease of their neck, or is it
Double meat hook.
double? Yeah, double.
So, like,
it's not under.
If he's off his knees, I'm going to
Yeah.
transition from this chin strap
Yeah.
to this double knee hook here, and this is where I can start to kind of almost like when we're wrestling, we step away and pull.
Yeah.
Kind of the same idea, where I'm going to create an angle to create a pocket to bring him back into.
Yeah.
Right, space for him to fall into. So here, and then I give him a good pull, and then I'm right back into my chin strap. My shoulder never leaves the correct place though,
Okay.
because he can capitalize on this and pick back off the knee. If I'm undisciplined with my shoulder here and I slow motion here, I pull,
He can just.
he just
sit through.
he just ducks under, sits through.
I was wondering what you were doing with your head, or how to like control his back.
Yeah, the shoulder never leaves the neck when we're in a front headlock.
Okay.
But for this flow, let's make sure we get them on their knees before. And then the last thing, this was what everyone is kind of messing up. Whenever he's on his knees, and I go to start cutting his ankle, then he blocks my hip, right? So there's two things I'm seeing here. Either I'm seeing kind of just kind of standing up and then throwing the leg over, right? Think about one reason that's not great, right? Or two reasons. Can you give it to me? Like if I'm here,
If you stand up,
nothing else changes, and I just do this.
you lose control.
Right. Why?
Space.
Yeah, I'm not connected to him anymore. Right. So I never want to lose this connection. So even if he blocks my hip, even if I'm going to kind of stand up, I'm maintaining my connection.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, almost no one is stepping deep enough. I really want to step deep, right? Because if I don't step deep, even if I throw my leg over here, I'm creating disconnection just to get my leg over, just to create, like, I need this angle to create mobility to be able to maintain his neck and my armpit,
Yeah.
and still touch him with my leg. If I'm out here, I physically can't. I got to create this angle. Secondly, if I'm way out here and I somehow still manage to lock it up, the only reason you manage to is because to compensate for that lack of mobility, you decided to just go straight down and find his back on the way up, which gives him more space to start getting out.
Yeah.
So like above all, I want to make sure I pivot on the neck. I pivot on this neck, and I never lose connection from that pivot point, no matter what. Okay. Those are the two main things, but like we got to step deep, and almost like we're gonna get our hips like perpendicular to his hips.
Yeah.
And then lastly, touch him with your leg, touch his back with your leg before you start sitting to a hip. Because if not, like in a live situation, this is basically effectively like jumping a closed guard, right?
Mhm.
Like you're not really. We want to drill safely, so we just kind of touch him with the leg and sit to a hip. In reality, you're jumping in there, pulling yourself in after you've created that angle.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, keep running it, but like emphasize some of those things, like especially the deep step and getting them on their knees. All right.
Deep step makes it a lot better. I noticed that when Greg kind of feet away.
When you step deep, let your rear leg follow when you step deep. Chad was trying to do like a split where he was coming up and then he was going like this.
I was looking like Van Damme.
So it's okay to let
Don't do that.
Let your legs follow naturally. Yeah, as long as you maintain connection with your shoulder and the neck.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
And then you step.
so then you step through the arm.
Further.
Yeah, all the way.
Like how far back are you going?
Simulate this and actually get to both feet, but don't lose connection with his neck. Okay, get both feet now. Step deep. At your angle. There you go. Now touch with your leg.
What do you think?
Touch his back with your calf.
Bring your right leg up.
Now sit to your hip. Specifically to your hip, not your back.
Okay.
Here. That was a much better step.
Yeah.
If you want to put it down, the other tripod's right here. It's your arm, sorry. But
Oh, okay. Just put the camera in it.
yeah, I could just take it out of the
Gotcha.
harness there.
Gotcha.
Your arm is there. It's really just like what we're doing is correcting it. I like having it
Yeah.
nice up and close, you know.
He's still not stepping on around as far as you are. You're almost getting like 90 degrees turn.
I just want to get
To
my
the
hips
guy.
as close to his hips as I can.
Yeah.
Better. Yeah, but even more.
Do even more what? Stuff.
Yeah, even more angle where my hips actually face his hips.
JC's almost, he's perpendicular to him. Like when he's
Right,
fully steps.
emphasizing here because obviously, like doing this that good, that well,
Yeah.
with lots of resistance is hard. But that's why we overemphasize it. Aim small, miss small. Okay.
Yeah. Now bring the leg up. Yep.
I feel like if I step around that far, I can't like keep the arm in.
You did it again, did you see it?
Tell him that.
Gotcha. Step deep. Step with you, think it.
With this following.
You go. More. More? Yeah. Yeah, there. Now cut the email. Or cut the leg. And you need to.
Try to apply the guillotine. Nice.
All right. Turn.
I didn't do what I normally do. Wrap my hand around the side.
You're like completely sprawled out. You need to be more in. Don't be in a, just going off what I saw him do. It's not you're not in a sprawled position. You're close. When you come around and circle Tucker with that giant step,
Yeah, you're basically standing. You're like,
yeah, you're like standing over him here. But when you're doing it, you're in almost like a sprawl. Your legs are way far
you
away.
basically stand 2 feet and you cut a 90 like that.
See where Chad is?
He's not like. He's
There you go. I was testing you.
See, when you're over there, you're completely sprawled way out. You want to get close to him.
What's that?
He may have it worked out. So step on around. Yeah. Now bring that left leg. Yep. That's it. Go to your hip, not your back, though.
Turn it in another way.
Was that more joke it needed to be?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a little. I can tell you didn't adjust your hand.
Come on around.
But I still felt like. I like it. Well, that is also.
Laid it up before.
When you're turning, like when I flip over and what's happening there?
Yeah, here, let's just. What are you doing? Just poking the close guards. All right, dude.
Right here. Yep, you look. Tripod, knee post, and then arm commit over the shoulder.
I constantly track and monitor this space.
Mhm.
Because if I do nothing, I'm giving him, I'm not monitoring his ability to roll up into just a mounted arm guillotine. So if he decides to roll up in the mount, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
To go back. Yep. Right. Perfect. So I'm monitoring the space just to make sure I have something there to track him if he decides to start rolling up. Next, my priority is getting my thumb inside of the choke arm. Once I've got here, I'm pretty well safe because now even if he starts trying to roll up, I've got something. I've got this inside position here. And even if we land here, we're all good. But go back. Ideally, what I'm looking for is to be able to strip this grip. And then I'm going to pull myself almost like I'm pulling myself with a rope. I'm going to turn into him and pull myself into side control.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, if you go the other way,
And he decides to transition to like
Yeah.
a Darce.
okay,
You're just going into the choke.
Yeah.
Cool.
y'all good?
I think I got
Close enough?
You can do more if you want, or you can do more after class. Let's dive into some other stuff. So yeah, we'll do some extra instruction today. All right, let's do a cradle review. So this is from last Monday. There's two variations that we're going to drill on the cradle. Y'all can go do both. The first of which is just the knee block. The idea being, if he's on his knees, right? If he tripods, I'm going to transition to a different kind of cradle. But right now, with him actually on his knees, if I want to take him over with a cradle, I'm going to start cutting an angle, right? So my leg comes out, and now I'm going to shift my head across the center line as this knee comes into the pocket here, specifically looking to make a wedge between his knee and his tricep. So I want to make contact with the back of his tricep. My grip configuration isn't really as applicable here, as long as I'm monitoring this elbow when I come across, and then I'm replacing my hand with my knee. And then I'm looking to make contact with the tricep. Now I'm effectively behind the shoulder line, and I've got the inside position here, which means I can either keep circling, we can start attacking the back. The only real, if he tries to get his right elbow out right now, it's pretty difficult. The only real thing that he could maybe try to do is reach up and grab my other leg, my other leg.
Okay.
And you can already see this is a pretty bad mistake, because now we're in a rear crucifix. And this is where we've got our one-on-one grip on the other side. We can easily start taking him over and getting our finish there. So one more. With the knee block, we're in our front headlock. I'm gonna start to circle out, and now my head has to shoot to the other side of the center line, and my knee has to fill this pocket specifically up against the tricep. Not against the knee and not in this void, but driving the tricep. Remember, the whole name of the game here is immobilizing the elbow. That's what gives me the back. Yeah. So I'm looking to check it in there. From here, I can continue. I can keep holding this chin strap until I decide what I want to do next, because it still gives me a good degree of control. But from here, he tries to move that elbow. Yeah, really the only thing that he's going to be able to do is maybe reach up and grab this leg, and that's not a very good idea.
Yeah, his tricep.
Like, if he
stopped
does
by the
nothing,
quad. What are you grabbing with your right hand?
I'm still showing the chin strap right now.
Oh.
Right, so right here, I can even pinch this elbow in, right, and just make it uncomfortable. Now I can get this one-on-one grip, and now I can just kind of wait and see what he wants to do. If he does nothing, or get a little active chat, what do you want to do? There it is. He's gonna have to give me this at some point, because otherwise he's gonna fill off base if he doesn't want to. If he tries to keep this arm completely away from me, he's gonna feel pretty off balance at some point. So once I'm able to get this rear crucifix, if you're able to get here, taking it back is as simple as hugging deep, kicking this leg back and sitting to your hip. And then getting one hook in. We don't put our other hook in this case. You're gonna keep the arm trapped.
I think if I was
Sorry,
him, I'd
shake
give.
your head in the yard.
I'm good.
Bumped you.
I was more worried about the choke that you had
My
going into the back take.
Do you have a question? Did you say something? Did you say something? He said something.
I did. I said I think if I was Chad and that was my option, I would give you my back for a split second to turn
Yeah.
the other direction into you and pull my limbs to myself. You'd wind up with a dominant position, but not almost crucifix dominant.
Yeah, I'd rather give up my back than give up a crucifix and my back.
Yeah, I also just realized I just taught a go behind. That was not a cradle. I don't know why I meant to do cradle. I have not slept much lately. That was a go behind.
Yeah, the cradle one.
I was kind of wondering.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not cradle.
Cradle's where you
But it's similar.
I just
flare out and then grab and then put
Okay,
your head
look.
on
Chad
top.
looked like a baby.
Maybe you're doing a different version.
No, cradle review. Sorry. I'm sorry.
This is
My
what,
head was like on like freshman.
Go around there and see where he's planting his head.
All right, so we're here to get this one. I'm going to start walking out. I'm going to drop my head into this pocket and I'm driving into it. Next, I'm sitting through. Okay, now I'm looking to make contact with the calf.
All right,
and then-
pause. Make note. I'm for Tucker's brain. Where is JC's head? Where is his step through leg? Where is his left hand?
yeah,
Where is his right hand? Do you see this position?
yes.
You had a lot of trouble with this last time.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Now I'm going to use this leg as a driving force to start stepping around and having like a rotational pressure here. Okay. Next, I can continue creeping up. Let the head pop out as I go into my leg entanglement. Or I'm here and I step over, come up, and now we've got the leg trap. So even if he wants to get active, whatever, like I've got pretty good control of him. I can also, once I've got one leg, I can take two legs. Yeah, and now we can start working on power leg.
Not a good time either.
No, maybe.
10 out of 10, don't recommend.
So one more time on that one, on that cradle. No, we'll do the other one. Y'all can drill both. So I went for the choke, and he's doing a good job of defending my hands. Remember that this is the key thing about front headlocks is the dilemma it creates. For me to get, if I give him a real threat, he does nothing. I submit him, right? If I give him a real threat and he correctly defends, his hand's tied up, right? His secondary defensive hand is having to address. He can't do it with both. So it's constantly going back and forth between positional advance or submission. That's why front headlock is so dominant. But it's also why we call it like just a transitory state, because the finish isn't from here necessarily, but it's always going to lead to better things. All right, so I'm working this. He's getting involved. That's cool. As soon as he's here, I'm going to drop my head in the pocket. Okay, I'm going to sit to my hip, making contact with the calf. Use this like to drive him over. Assist. Pull myself up. I can kind of camp here for a sec. We can set up a darce from here if you want, but I can camp here for a sec. If he's doing nothing, I can make his world even worse. We can go work from there.
There's really not a whole lot you can do the way you had me.
The other one, he goes to tripod. Okay, so we're here. He goes to tripod, and I've decided I don't want to break him back down. I see the tripod coming up. I'm gonna meet him there. So this is a timing thing too. Like if he's already here, he's already built a lot of base. He's got his balance back. Might be harder for me to catch. But if he's on his knees right now, and then he starts going, it might be easier for me to just time it. Okay. So
Could
what we're
you,
looking-
could you, like, if he's up in a tripod, could you kick and do the last part of the sequence and just
go up to a tripod?
like kick your right leg through?
Me?
No,
No, JC. He's talking about sit out.
No.
yeah, sit out and like,
Not without contact with his leg.
yeah, that's what I meant.
I
Like,
have to have contact with his leg before I sit.
Oh.
Because if I don't, just roll through.
Me?
Or just walk around. Don't touch your leg.
oh, okay. And then he has your, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking you could like sit through real fast and then,
He's got the mobility advantage there once he's on his feet.
okay.
So I have to counteract that first. So once he's here, my head's not going to drop into the pocket this time. It's going to drop into his pocket. It's not going to drop into his arm. It's his armpit this time. It's going to go into his pocket. So the move is I'm here. I'm cutting an angle, and then my head's going to go to the pocket, and I look to get elbow deep on the knee. Okay, that's it through, and then I can drive him over, and then it's the same dance that we were just working. We can wait here, keep your chin strap. You can go split. You can go for the darts, whatever you want to do. One more of those. All right, front headlock, keep it tight. This comes out at an angle, and as soon as I make this angle, my head's looking for the pocket, my elbow's looking for his knee pit. I'm looking to squeeze my hands together here if I can,
Make a note.
but even if I can't, it's okay. I just want my attention going. I want to be like squeezing my hands together, like a chest fly if I can. Okay, even if I can't touch my hands. Next, I sit there. I still got my chin strap. I use this as the rotational force to drive him over, step over. And remember, I'm not losing connection here. What's up, Zach? And now we can go with from there. Questions? Did you see anything?
No, I'm good.
You did? Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Chest. You know that flying jump on Jixie's back. I was like playing through the cradle in my head when you said cradle, and then you started doing that.
Sorry.
I was like, oh, this must be a different version of the.
I had multiple like 3 and 4 a.m. nights this week. I'm like very sleep deprived.
Hit it.
Oh, okay. Well, let me play.
So we're
So then here. So then I start cutting an angle.
sit through, grab that calf.
Yes, go from there.
Reach through towards the calf if you can. It'll give you a little more leverage because it's up there. On the first one, are you still getting elbow deep on the calf, or are you just grabbing it? I'm just weaving around and grabbing the calf. Good.
Okay.
Grabbing up in the knee, it's like he's stronger there.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's the transition? Over. Is it start to cut an angle with your leg and put your head in the pocket? Your head's got to come in the pocket, constantly driving towards his head. So circle your head on the inside to the armpit. Yeah, constant pressure towards his head. Just now sit through. Right there. Keep that head in there. Keep driving it with your foot.
Bring the right leg out a little bit, and after you grab the calf, go.
Calf.
Yeah. Now you're rotational. That's it.
Yeah.
Boom. That's it.
Yeah, and then step over the leg. Over and then step. Yeah,
I couldn't remember how you got from.
Yeah, the first. Yeah, you got it. Second. Just step over so you don't go to how to start.
What's up, Ian? I'm out. I'm out. That's right.
Boy, I gotta grab that.
Which leg am I stepping over?
You're coming over the one you have. Well, never mind. I know you can go in a power ride here.
So there.
That's not power ride. That's guard.
Like right here. Yeah.
No.
It's split. So let's get that.
Well, it's split. Yeah, I guess that'll do. I mean,
He's literally doing the whole get up thing for it with the power up.
So not.
I think that's right. I can't remember. I mean, you're splitting him, so you know.
Cut my angle, and then I'm
Hang on.
almost
Let's
like
go.
I'm, going under the rope and boxing.
Right, and like this is a checkpoint. I'm driving into him now. Sit through.
calf. Then you use this, climbing up.
Got fat.
Stepping over the leg, like at the end for the leg lock or the whatever.
You stepping over the one you have, the calf? Or are you stepping over? You are? Okay.
Yeah, that top leg that I have, I'm just stepping over.
Told you.
Or you can let the head go and pull yourself into Remiyashi.
Never listen to dad.
You didn't say anything.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Go ahead. It's all on video.
Yep, sit out first.
Sit out first before I grab the calf.
Yeah, I want to make sure you keep your base. So at no point should he be able to like push you backwards.
So am I grabbing the calf? I thought I was grabbing the calf before I sat through so he couldn't circle.
No, that's when his knees are off the ground.
That's when
Yeah. It changes a little because his center of gravity is going to change when he gets his knees up.
And then
Right here.
Step over the leg you got in your hand, but not all the way over.
That's over the first
Split
one.
'em.
And kick your right foot back. Over the first leg. Take over it. Kick your right leg back.
There you go.
Now get to your knees. Just
Knee to the ground. Bring it up.
Yeah. Like
bring it up. What do you? I don't know.
Up that way.
knees on the mat.
Knee on the mat. Oh my God. What is happening?
Both my knees were on the mat.
There you go. There you go. Better. That's it.
That's perfect. That's good.
What is this?
That's right. That's the next checkpoint. And then when
There
you're
you
ready,
go.
when you're ready to take both legs,
Yeah.
you got his leg here, right? So now I get heavy to make space with my hip. I use drive my hips to the mat to make space, and that allows me to get my other leg.
You're essentially moving into a power ride.
Yes.
I know that's. I was trying to go for the leg lock.
You were doing it reverse earlier. Quit arguing. Huh? Do it.
It's great entertainment for the stream.
Oh my God. There's more viewers on here than ever listening to me badger Tucker.
Yeah.
People at home, the kid in green's mine, and he's wrong.
Like that. City choppers. Father and son always are.
Wow. Okay.
Here.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna get this.
Wrong leg. Stepping over the wrong leg.
Wrong leg.
Yeah, you were doing what Tucker was talking about doing earlier. Yep, that one. Right. It's easy to confuse them in the middle of all the chaos. But the one you're holding on to, that's the one JC's stepping over. Head in the pocket. Yeah. Circle around in the pocket. Now, before, yeah. Yep. Now step over that one, but in between the other one. Yeah. There.
Like it's a little ball, and I'm like touching his armpit with it. If that makes sense. So like you're kind of like here. I'm going like here. Okay, and I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this pressure the whole time. You see how I still have his neck covered, his back of his head covered with my grip. Now I sit through. Okay, now I grab. Now I use this.
I was
And start coming creeping up and driving.
trying to go forward.
Yep. And now here, I can go to the Remiyashi, or I can step over. Once I've collected his ankle, I can kick back. Take my knee to the mat. Now both knees are on the back. Now I can do kind of like a hip switch motion. Make my left hip heavy. That's going to create space. Keep my other knee in. To get that head, it's like really, really good. Almost. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what if I feel like I'm not very good.
Drive.
Maybe.
Hang on. Alright. Yeah, you're over the leg now. No. Well, come here and help. I can't video and coach
All right, look.
with him.
Kick your.
He's close.
Now you're gonna scoop his top leg with your right heel. Take your right heel back and get your knee to the mat. Your right leg to the mat. Perfect. All right. Now.
They both keep winding up with the bottom leg curled up like fetal position. So
There
it's
we go.
hard to split.
Now, start doing almost like a hip switch. Make your right hip heavy. Make your right hip heavy.
Yeah.
Like almost like you're trying to take your right foot, your right hip. Yeah. Now kick your left leg back. Bring your knee to the inside.
There you go.
Now drive it apart. Yeah, yeah.
But tuck that right knee. Yes, there's the correction. Your right knee needs to be on top of his left quad or his right quad in that position. You know what I'm saying?
Get that head in there. Yep. Sit through. Keep everything tight. Sit through. Yep. Perfect. Looks great. Drive. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna give you only one thing. Everything looks great. I'm gonna give you one thing towards the end. Sure. Sit here. You're actually the only one putting their head in the perfect spot. It's a good job. Right here.
And well, I did my homework today. I'll have you know I went back and watched the video.
Oh, snap.
Where's the head supposed to go? I don't have the right spot.
It's basically right for him. I'm giving me a hard time.
Oh, okay.
But like
He's trying to make
most
me
of y'all
feel
have
good.
like kind of still higher than I would like. I'd like it kind of like up in here.
Oh,
Right. My ears like touching your armpit. Yeah.
Gross.
All right. But anyway, here, drive, and now when I sit through, you did all this perfect. This is great. You even did this right, where you're not stepping over. This kind of puts me off balance a little bit. Right. If he explodes really hard into me, yeah, he's gonna get something back because I'm temporarily losing my base. Up here,
Like, I don't.
if I just crank this up, you
can
did this where you
drove up and kind of just followed him up.
Yep. Which is fine, but I'm gonna give you a little thing here, just so you have the option of going somewhere else. Once I'm here, I'm gonna creep up and watch my knee just kind of, it kind of slides up naturally, but I don't try to get to my knee. Now I'm in this temporary position where I have the option of coming over, or I have the option of going under.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that?
You do it. You do what he just did naturally, going for the leg, but you can do that to do the power right entry.
trying to do that earlier, and I didn't.
It wasn't wrong. That's just not what we're doing.
The let when you enter in for the, when you sit through for the leg lock. Yeah.
Actually, everybody probably should see this. Hey, all right.
You're doing that automatically, Tuck.
So a couple things. All right, then what time is it? I would like to stay on this. Okay, here. I start cutting an angle out to the side. My head has to drop into the pocket. I don't want my head still touching up here on his back. Right? I want to drop my ear down here into his armpit. And I'm driving up and into him. Right? He should still feel a good amount of pressure on his neck right now on his head. Okay. Here. Now I'm keeping my chin strap. Now I'm going to use my right hip to sit through, keeping everything else the same. Okay. And you can take this like thumb post grip on the elbow just to give yourself some extra bounce and negate his ability to get active with that in that transition. It's up to you. Here, I reach and grab the knee. My head's still driving into him. Now, watch what happens here. I'm not going to, if I take my left foot and I step over to try to drive and Chad explodes hard into me, yeah, I lose that transition. Okay? Because I gave up my base. But I'm here. All right? If I grab this, even as he tries to drive into me, see that? This leg never crossed over.
Yeah,
I'm driving forward, and I'm allowing this bottom
or
knee
a step
to
back.
Okay. I'm allowing this bottom knee to creep up naturally
just kind of slide up the mat as it needs to. See that? Now we get into this position here. I like this. Some of y'all are going straight up to your knees and building height. I like this like transitionary state because I can either choose to throw my leg over and now come up, or I can come under. Right, so I like having that like high leg position where it's like suspended in the air for a second, because now I get options.
Does that make sense?
So you can do either.
Questions on that? Let's do a few more of these because I think it seems like everyone could use a few more reps. Let's keep doing these. We might do some go behind before we get out of here. All right, 1, 2, 3. You sacrifice me.
Sorry, yeah, it's never fun to do it. Head on for me. I agree with it.
Yeah.
I remember those days. Okay, I just want to talk to you. Yeah, it's been perfect decision making. You're going to be up so high. Fail on the split, just take the back. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You could put your head a little more in that pocket.
Right there.
Like, you feel this spot right here on the back of your head? That's where I was.
This spot right here.
Yeah, like, and really drive into the armpit.
Yeah. So like this.
Yeah, now start to step into and push them arm. Yep, just like that. Go on. Yep, keep going, keep going. You can do that instead of straight out here, or
Yeah. What was it?
You step over and go power ride, or you can come through like you were and do leg. Yeah.
yeah, now
So-
catch that leg and like hit a hip switch and bring that foot around. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna bring it onto that top leg and drive it forward.
Yeah. Keep your right leg
Oh, keep
in front of his right quad. Yeah, now spread him out. Crack him like that's it. Yeah.
I hope I don't get that.
That's the yeah, me neither. But that's the power ride. It sucks. It hurts.
Guys, if you're starting to feel kind of comfortable with this movement, get a few reps that tripod in too. Like drive your head over start and then try to
Now you want to go to the hip.
Elbow deep. Mm.
No, I didn't do it right.
You went into his guard. That's not good.
I'd be okay with that. Even though I know.
Like just talking about.
Wait.
You essentially you're going into the same entry where you have that leg. So you go leg entry or power ride.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to do a power ride. I can't figure out.
It's it's exactly the same. You wind up in the same position.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out how the power rod works because I thought that.
Power ride.
I know you're splitting it.
You've been in
I
the
just did that. and then you just-
okay. It's the same. It's the same as the drill you were doing earlier.
Yeah, I know.
The top leg you've got,
I know.
go over the top of it and get in between his legs and keep that on top of his quad on the bottom leg.
Yes.
Run it again. I'll walk you through. Yeah. Okay. Now you've got that top leg. You're going to go over it with your right leg and drop it down to the mat. Okay. Now you get heavy on your right hip and knee, and you take your left leg and bring that up to the power ride position. Now get your right leg in front of his right quad. That's it.
Okay,
Now you're in
that's what I
power
was
ride.
doing. I had him the other. I had him.
I know.
The other way, so he just literally turned over and.
Yeah. It's identical.
Yeah, I had him.
You're just the only weird different thing is he's tripoded and you have to handle it different. But once you do the takedown, it's identical. It's identical.
Yeah. Last week.
Yeah, that'd be better.
Name
There
it.
you go. Yeah, that'd be it. What did me?
There you go, Father.
And more on the armpit, and on the rib cage. Yeah, like right there. That's better. What do you think, JC?
Yeah, the head position was weird for me.
I just feel like the side of my.
Or do I, is it because I need to circle more? What about that?
I'm not sure, man. What?
Ear and his
So your
his
shoulder,
hip.
your shoulder is kind of left him,
Alright.
right?
Yeah, still.
So let's not leave our shoulder. Let's circle our head in.
Yeah.
I'll try sitting through and keeping that head pressure into. Okay, there's still kind of space here.
His shoulders off the pressure a little bit.
Yeah, let me see where my shoulder is.
I think his shoulders drooping off the side and yours is more on top. See how JC's
Oh,
over
yeah.
the top of that shoulder?
I feel like you're kind of out here.
Yeah, he fell off the edge of
I
it.
think you're kind of losing his neck, like shoulder connection. I think I still have that connection for the majority of this movement, right? Don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to get him to.
I think, yeah, my shoulder's
Yeah.
on your neck.
You need
Don't
top
lose that
pressure.
connection.
The whole point of that is to have top pressure, whether it's here or when you come off the side, it's still here. It's on top. Yours kind of got off to the side and was pressing him this way. Stay up here, and I think that should automatically put your head in the right position too.
Were you instructed with your foot, man?
Yeah.
Get there on
I gotta
your feet.
multitask.
Right there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So you came off. There. That's a little. It was better.
There you go.
Yeah. Come on. There you go. Oh. Good. Bad. Good dog.
I thought that was to beat us.
Yeah.
That's a good, much better position. Hold that position. Hold that. Yes. Now come on around and drive with that foot. Boom.
There you
That's
go.
it.
That's the total practice.
That's it.
Practice starts today.
Good.
You did it wrong.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
No, make it sound good. Yep, there you go.
Oh, yeah. You
That's it.
Maybe so.
That's power right.
Trying to get it suit.
Excellent. I won't have to beat anyone with a stick. Let go. I have to beat you.
What I was doing is like,
It was like, goddamn,
so you want to spread them.
Oh, no, it was half. How's he getting, your ankle stuff?
Should I show you?
No.
Well,
How you collecting an ankle?
Let's say he just like.
I did, I got. He's like something. He's trying, so I'm not sure if it.
Work or not, but you probably won't. But if I go here, grab this, grab the wrist, yeah, and then grab the wrist, and I just
Sit through. Cause he can't, if he turns this way, he'd have to explode really hard away from you right now to get his back to the. What do you mean? Like he'd have to go to his right. Hard to his right.
Shift your weight back.
Like get your back to the mat. Cause
Could he actually?
yeah, like that. That'd really be the only option if you give wrapping like that.
Yeah. That's what that's called?
Yeah.
I do that all,
It's just not for the mount, but it's not.
I do that all the time. It's just like, with their own.
I did it before I knew what it was too. Yeah.
Like, I really want to be.
Exactly. Who needs terms? I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
The right behaviors will naturally emerge. That will give them the right intentions. Fast.
Primal. You observe them, sit loudly each other. No, it's a girl.
That's good. Yeah.
Here, I'm sitting here.
You can if you want to go for the leg lock, or you can step over. Keep your right knee on the inside of his knee. Keep your right knee on the inside of his knee, and you can instead step over with your left. It's up to you if you want to go for the leg lock.
How do I go for the leg lock first? So this slides in, right?
Yes, and then as you pull yourself up to his hips to a Riviashi, you let go of the head. So your knee's gonna have to come to the inside position. Your right knee, your right shoelace comes up to the butt cheek.
Okay.
You pull his foot to your hip, yeah, and then just pull yourself in. Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't know. Beat him with.
You
the
gotta get
hips.
better knee line, but yeah. Yeah, that's how you get to it.
Give me a whip.
Oh, God.
All right. Any questions on the cradle?
Valid moment.
Okay. Seth's not, or Camden's not.
And Camden's not here, Devin, Cody.
Devin. Who wants practice?
I still don't know what that means.
I covered this exhaustively.
He hasn't seen it, I guess.
Just rolling, like really?
Who was planning on staying for practice versus who would like to just continue doing some instruction?
I'm gonna stay for practice.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably have to take off.
You're gonna take off now? Okay, well, we're gonna call. Let's do,
Staying and stuff on it.
all right, look, we're gonna do one positional. Actually, yeah, we're gonna do one positional. You're gonna start, let's start close guard. And the only allowed, submission is a guillotine. Any form that you choose. You're not allowed to submit from anywhere else. And you're not allowed to hold pins like mount or back or side control for more than, 10, 15 seconds at a time. You've got to constantly be looking to set up you've got to be progressing in it, right? If you think that they're stalling on a pin, call them out on it. That's what I'll just say.
So guillotine only from the body player or both?
Okay, so guillotine is. It's an open roll starting close guard, but the only allowed submission is guillotine.
So you can exit.
And actually, forget what I said about putting pin in as long as you want.
Can you exit from post guard? Like, can you get out?
Yeah, do whatever you
It doesn't
want.
matter what type of guillotine.
Any guillotine.
Okay.
You don't have to end in close
You have
guard.
to start close guard.
And don't worry about
Oh,
the pins.
okay.
Pin them for as long as you want. You're basically just open rolling, starting close guard, but the only thing you can use for submission is guillotine.
Can we transition this to the tripod? My right hand's going to sleep.
Forearm starting to get, tired, everybody?
That's going to sleep. Those three fingers are dead. Like right now.
What the heck?
See, now I have the shotgun.
Thanks, David.
Yeah.
All right.
Father. Yeah, I heard about the. Oh, yeah, it's okay. I didn't even read it. Oh, yeah, he's going back. Everybody, I didn't know the sickness, I didn't know. I didn't know the sickness.
Both can be true.
Yeah. Oh, right. I have never. Everybody thought he was going to. Came out. All right. All right. Move to be.
Y'all good?
I did it. I did it. I did it. I did the drill. We had some. You're in there, but you're not setting up the arm in guillotine.
Well, let one more thing.
JC, is it any guillotine?
Yeah. Maybe use it.
Cradle. Cradle the baby, remember? Left elbow in the pocket.
I can hear him wheezing. I was like, I'm not letting go.
I thought I heard something funny. I'm like, but I don't know what that was.
I can look at you like, it's sort of like, pop. Yeah, I can just keep praying your biggest really. Then it's all lost weight. This is going to be practice. When we're outside, don't go with kidding. She's like, oh, I'm with oh.
Thirty seconds. I didn't know what you were doing. I was like sounded it. I thought we were trying to go up and do like a anaconda.
I was threatening it so I could roll up in the guillotine.
Oh, boy.
All right. Guys, remember, schedule changes. Beginner class now tomorrow. Now Tuesdays, 5:30. That takes blood. That's a good round. That was a practice level round. New pricing stuff like how we talked about the other night. I think we're going to do that $49 beginner thing. So if you have somebody who wants to try, please bring them in. $49, one class a week. There's no rolling in the beginner class, but that starts tomorrow. And in 6 months, they should go through like a whole foundational curriculum. What's up, bro? Kids class also is an interest form on the website, so please tell people if they want to enroll their kids at Grapple. Visit our website. If y'all remind me, I can send out a direct link in WhatsApp. We're going to do ages 4 to 6 and 7 to 12 separately, but at the same time, which also means I definitely every time I'm going to need one assistant to help out. But I'm planning to split the age groups up, but have it going at the same time. Are there any questions from anything we covered tonight? Cool. All right, y'all get some water. Stay to practice. Stay to practice. Otherwise, you have 3 minutes to get out. Or you're considered as part of class. I'm just kidding. If you want to stay and watch, stay and watch. But and if you want to like work something, go over there. If you're on the white mats, I assume you want to be in practice. Oh, good. Okay. You okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'll put that there. I'll put that there.
That's the speaker?
Yeah.
Maybe okay.
I'm just.